So today is the day that I've been dreading for a while, is my debt confession and starting or restarting my YouTube channel. I have had a lot of things come up over the last couple of years that took me from being credit card debt free. I had my car paid off. No credit card debt. I have student loan debt, but unfortunately that's not going to ever go away. I mean, I guess it will, but not anytime soon. So today is July 6th. It is Sunday. And I am going to confess all of my debts. Now this will change, as yesterday I bought a new car. It was somewhat of a necessity. I drive, well, first off, I am a nurse practitioner and my husband is a first responder. So he drives about 4 miles round trip a day from our house. And I drive 150, 200 miles a day. Just kind of depends on where my patients are. I see patients in their home. And I do have a fairly wide area. We live in Florida. And so I bought our last car in December of 2022, brand new. And as of today or tomorrow, when we trade it in and pick up the new car, I have put 73,000 miles on it. And because of my job, I need a reliable car. Not that it wasn't reliable, but the warranty is going to expire on it. And I just need a car that if it breaks down, I'm still paying payments on it. So I need a car that is still basically under warranty. So I am probably not going to count my car on this, so it won't be a true debt confession because I don't have all of the final number of what I'm actually borrowing against the new car. But first off, we're going to do the credit cards. I should have written these down first. So I have 2 Bank of America cards. The first one has a balance of $3,597.66. This one currently is at 0% until May of 2026. I do a lot of balance transfers for my credit cards to not pay any interest to help get them paid off faster. Ooh, it's gonna be that kind of day. Bank of America number 2 is $2,617.80. That also has a 0%, and that is until October of this year. This is the one that I am currently working on. So this is my number 1. We have a Citi card, number 1, and this is $4,253.87. This one is a 0.99%, and this is November of 2025 when it starts to when we lose that 0.99. We have city cards. Oh, number 2 is $8,541.87. And that also has 0.99. And this is January of 2026. Best Buy. Now, Best Buy, we had to buy a washer and dryer, and for our house that we moved into a year ago, August. This is 0, and this is March of 2026. Wells Fargo is $8,817.38, 0%. And this is, I want to say April 2026. And then Discover, we have, that is $3,533.31. Oh my goodness, as you can hear in the background, my pups, they are hot. It is hot in Florida, as most everyone knows. This one is in June of 2026, and I have a Black Lab and a Great Pyrenees Lab mix, so they do not do well out in the heat. And then a Chase balance transfer of $7,357.25, 0%. I should write this better. And this is May, I think, of 2026 as well. I don't want, I'm not 100% sure on, but that's okay. So I believe the total, I have it calculated, is $40,452.13 as of, I think, yesterday were these numbers. So that's pretty high. So then we get into my Disney Vacation Clubs. I have a Disney Vacation Club Riviera contract, and that is $14,932.69. The interest rate on that is 9.99, and we make our last payment 12/15/2030. Then we have a DVC at Grand Floridian. Yes, ma'am. $21,871.08. That's at 11%. We pay that one at 6/1/2032. These ones are purchase that I don't necessarily regret making. So then I have student loans. This is the big kicker. Student loan number 1, I'm just gonna write student loan number 1 is $2,573.55. The interest rate on this is ridiculous. Student loan number 2 is $242.85. Same interest rate, 7.45. Oh, here come the babies again. Then my undergraduate student loan. This is my big one. 1023674 This one is 3.1. And then my graduate loans is 132,23086, and that is at 6.8. Now, each one of these loans has a different percentage rate, but I just took the highest because at this point in time, it is what it is. The total I have, and this includes my current car payment total, is $340.36 minus. So without my car, it is total $314,670.64. We don't have a mortgage. We do rent down here strictly because housing down here is quite expensive, and we are not sure if we are going to stay in this town that we live in. We love it. But any house that we would look at to purchase is anywhere between $550,000 and $750,000. And I don't really feel like being $1 million in debt just to say that I own a house. Renting gives us the freedom to move if we want to. We're kind of, I don't want to say nomads, because my husband and I both lived in Pennsylvania, in, you know, our respective towns where we grew up, and moved to college, and he moved across the state earlier in his life. And then when we got married and we decided we were going to go, you know, stay where I was from. And then, you know, one day I was like, I want to move to Florida. We were spending more time in Florida than we were in Pennsylvania. So that's kind of what brought us down here. And right now, we've been down here 2 years. Most of this right here was moving the initial, moving another time, and then moving into the house we currently live in. So in 2 years, we've moved 3 times. So, and they were not all have to moves. They were want to moves. And so that's kind of what we're working with right now. I do have a budget that I follow. I do have a higher than average income, strictly based on my being a nurse practitioner. But as you can see, we have a lot of debt. So I need to keep myself accountable. And if I can help one person in this journey of myself and paying off my own finances, great. I know that there are some people that I love to follow who have successfully gotten debt-free in their journey, and us out there that haven't been as successful because, you know, they didn't have $40,000 in credit card debt. I mean, that's my fault, 100% my fault. Or they did have more credit card debt, but they did it, you know, Gazelle Dave Ramsey style. I am 40 years old. I do work 2 jobs out of not necessity. I work 2 jobs out of because that's what I want to do. I started one job, loved it. I got the opportunity to do another job, loved that one too, and couldn't get the other one up. So that's where I'm at. But it does help with this debt payoff journey, having that extra income. My husband works overtime out of, you know, helping his coworkers out, and obviously the county that we live in being a first responder. But I've seen, people be successful within the budgeting community, and then they start to do things that I can't do yet. It's not feasible for me to invest large sums of money when I have, all of this credit card debt. My goal is over the next, I want to say 18 months, is get this paid off and get these paid off. Then focus on my student loans while also investing. Because not that I'm staring retirement in the face, but I don't know if everyone else feels this way, but when you get older, time goes quicker. And I feel like I'm going to turn around and retirement's going to be here. And I did not focus on retirement when I was younger. I was not focused, and I didn't get into nursing until I was 27. So I've only been a nurse about 13 years. And hence why my numbers are still so high. I didn't go to nursing school until I was 27, and I started out as an LPN. So I went to LPN school. I did an associate's RN bridge from LPN to RN. Then I did my bachelor's degree. Then I did my nurse practitioner. And so, I was a later in life educated individual. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. I finally figured out what I wanted to do with my life, and here we are. So I'm just different than somebody who has, started their career at 18 or 20, whenever you graduated college. If you went to college, if you went to technical school, if you were lucky enough to fall into a job that you love without having to have additional education, that's great. I love it. But I worked minimum wage jobs until I was 27. And then I was able to, becoming a nurse, made significant amounts higher than minimum wage. So that helped. So I think I need to show people out there that, while the budgeters that we watch some of the popular ones have gotten out of debt and are working towards other things, that it is still okay to follow those guys. I still do. I still watch them. I still take notes. I take notes for my future self about, investing and, I'm going balls to the wall, pardon my French, for retirement. Because right now I'm not going like haywire and putting every single dime I can towards my retirement because of all of this. I don't want to retire with student loan debt. I want that paid off. And unfortunately, if that just means that I have to work harder or, maybe work a little bit longer, maybe not be able to retire at 60. No, I think my retirement age is supposed to be like 70 or something, there too. Maybe I have to work till 72. Maybe I have to work till 74. Luckily, I think I'll be in a job setup where I can, not have to have such a physical job of, lifting and bending and stooping and doing all the things that I'm doing right now. So I'm hoping to take my viewers along with the journey. I mean, if I have viewers, hey, who knows? I'm starting this channel fresh, and maybe nobody will watch me. That's okay. But I will. I will know. I will know that on July 6th, 2025, I finally had the gumption to sit down, record a video, put it out there that I have a significant amount of debt. I have been cash budgeting for 6 years. And it worked. It worked until I married my second husband. Well, it worked until I divorced my first husband. And then that wasn't anything to do with the divorce. It was just I went a little haywire. And went spending because I was feeding my feelings. But, so I do have a few goals this year, just trying to wrap up this video. My husband's financial goal for this year is to add $1,200 to our emergency fund, which we are on track for. So this is my 2025 financial goals. Oh, $1,300. I have two different numbers in two different spots. So $50 a paycheck, which we are on track for. We added $300 from April to June, keeping us for a total of $47.50 for our emergency fund. As you can see, the Bank of America numbers here are about what they are on this page. As you can see, in Q1, our Bank of America was $10,022.66. So we have made a huge dent in this one from the end of March to the end of June. And we would like to fully fund 1 month ahead. Unfortunately, due to the fact that our rent is pretty high, I think we're going to be able to almost fully fund everything minus the rent, which is fine. I like to have goals to work towards. But other than that, this was just my first initial video to put myself out there and get the ball rolling for the things that I like to see. I have a debt binder that we do scratch offs and savings challenges in, and that goes here, towards our credit cards. I save for Christmas. I save towards our month ahead. I'm trying to look through my binders that I have sitting behind you guys. Christmas. Sinking funds. PTO. I do get PTO from work, but sometimes I like to have a buffer in case I get unlimited unpaid time off. So if I want to take an extra week, I do have that ability in my budget. We have a book for travel, which is fun, and just some generalized debt challenges. I have some dice challenges. I have my rollover book. So stay tuned. I like to keep it routine. I am very routine type person. If you like it, great. If not, that's okay. I'm not for everybody, and I have realized that. But I hope y'all have a good rest of the weekend. Thank you so much. Bye.